Havoc prepares, we'll get the take a look at the bands here for the next set. This is Bing Chilling versus Allies Enjoyers. And it's Campbell's again. Hopefully we get to see the Elst, because I'm getting sick of Campbell's. Will we just see Southwind again? I hope we see different positions so that we can determine if it's indeed map position or if it's faction that's making such a difference here. Yeah, late retreats didn't back off soon enough. That was really the issue. You know, it's funny. We were looking at the file size for Game 3, and we kind of knew something was going to happen because it's like less than 1 megabyte replay, but I didn't expect it to be that fast. But we're going to see Campbell's again here. And for the first time today, we'll get to see Bing Chilling. Just sort of happenstance. We haven't actually cast any of the Chinese team's games here, so it'll be nice to get to see them play. Finally. Take a look at these again. So Bing Chilling took out Pacino and Eindhoven. And Allies and Enjoyers took out Day 101 and Torrente. Interesting seeing the Eindhoven ban from Bing Chilling. That's been a really popular map. I guess they don't feel it fits their play style. But everybody loves Campbell's. So we may not see any Torrente or Day 101 this tournament.
Why, thank you, partner.
Which, you know, I understand when people don't play those maps, but Kakaro9, thank you very much for the follow. Torrente does kind of trend towards a camp fest. Day 101, I think people just don't like playing for a variety of reasons. It's definitely understandable. What's my favorite ice cream? I like true vanilla ice cream, like with vanilla bean in it, you know, with stuff on top. Like recently I've been doing, I chop up peanuts and put chocolate sauce on top. So it's like peanut, chocolate sauce, vanilla ice cream.
So you got a sundae?
Yeah, I got a sundae, exactly.
Nice.
If I had to pick just ice cream, I'd probably go chocolate. All right, so Havoc is here. You can see we've got the map everybody expects, and then Elst. So really hoping for a Game 3 here so we can get on another map.
Woohoo!
But just let me know when you're at 5, and we'll get this going here.
Sorry, just give me a second.
Oh, you're good. I didn't. Despite having all this time, I did not put the team names in yet. So I'm just that smart. So you'll give me a second here. Also, at the risk of getting myself banned on Twitch, what does anyone know what Bing Chilling means? Is it like a typo of big?
It's
chilling?
no, it's a meme. John Cena did an ad for, I don't know if the company's slogan or the company name was Bing Chilling, but I think it was for like South Korean ice cream or something.
Okay.
Anyway, a big internet meme of John Cena saying the words Bing Chilling. It's also where the thing of him being invisible came from, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, someone's linked it in chat. Okay, great. Well, I'll take a look at that during one of the breaks.
I'm at 5.
Okay, nice. We'll unpause in 3, 2, 1. Unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, I'm going to miss when Observer Mode comes, if it ever comes. I heard it's coming in November. The countdown kind of soothes me. It's a nice way to get going in the game, getting on everyone's level. I'm not saying it's the best for the viewer, but I will miss counting in. Okay, so we've got in the South, Bing chilling the John Cena meme themselves with Doge on Dak. That's nice alliteration. And Claudia Enfield on the Wehrmacht. And in the North, my personal favorite for the tournament, just because their story is so cute, it's Allies Enjoyers with Hulk Smash on the Brits. And this is different. And Ruby on US. This isn't what they usually do, right? Am I crazy? It's the other way around, isn't it?
Recently, they have been alternating,
Oh, interesting.
from what I've
Okay.
seen. Could be because they both want to get practice on the other side, but yeah, more typically, we've been seeing Hulk Smash on US and Ruby on UK. But honestly, I think that this setup better complements each player's style.
Yeah, you talked yesterday. I loved the way you put it. You said that Hulk Smash is the anchor. He's the stable player, and then Ruby's the aggressive one. And that certainly would mean that it would make more sense to have the weapons team faction in Hulk's hands and the aggressive right-clicking the rifles faction in Ruby's hands. So yeah, I'm excited to see how they do this here. We've got armor. Early Jeep, this is a great map for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, someone says, tell us the cute story. I thought everybody knew the cute story. Really quickly, they were in AE's Resurgence Cup, awesome tournament with a cool format where the losers from the 1v1 winners bracket went down and had to play team games. And they were randomly placed as a team together against none other than Havoc and Ray. And Havoc and Ray, despite on paper being the stronger team, got demolished by the just magical synergy of Ruby and Hulk Smash. And they've been playing 2v2s together ever since.
Yeah, I think I have the screenshot of Ray telling me that we don't need to practice because we were going to wipe the floor with them.
That's great. We got to make that. You got to make that. If not a redeem in your channel, then send it to me. I'll make it a redeem in my channel because that's.
I'm never going to let go of that.
Oh, this is interesting. How do you feel about this? I have strong feelings about rifle mortar.
I don't like Jeep rifle mortar. I like rifle mortar, especially on this map.
Yeah, I go back and forth on that. I've said I don't like it. I do think it can work against the early MG, but yeah, without a second rifle, this Grunt Squad's just going to run over the rest of his position here in the South, it feels like.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're playing surprisingly separate. I'd love to see these Vickers kind of shift themselves so that they're covering the mortar. Playing very spread.
Check this out, 2 Vickers.
Yeah. Okay, this shouldn't surprise me because this is the same guy who from this very position went double flak from Wehrmacht Tier 2 and A-moved them across the map successfully. So he's got the Bishop, or excuse me, the Dingo to spot for them, and I think this is going to work out well for them. That said, I'd be really nervous about Double League just ending my day.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how this works for them. They're going to need I feel like they're going to need a good early game with this build to not lose the mid game.
I have to think that these folks they also probably did their research on their opponents, and I bet you that they're anticipating Claudia going Tier 2. Which the Vickers with Vet 1, especially if you can manage to get the training, is actually an excellent answer to the 20mm flak from Verbach.
Right, it outranges it, doesn't it?
Yeah, with the Vet 1 it does, yes.
And
So I wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of playing into maybe a little bit of research that was done by this team prior. He's got the boys on the field for a potential light vehicle answer. I think Claudia spotting that out. She actually, or he, I don't know, pivoted from 221 that was in production now to the 20mm.
Interesting. I need to correct something in chat here. The Ray R Destroy meme. Ray was not the originator of that. It's not. His English is pretty darn good. Someone else in a stream, I think a tournament stream, said so and so R Destroy, and Ray Ray is this magnet of memes. Immediately latched onto it and started using it. But no, Ray's English apparently is. I mean, I've spoken to him a little bit in stream stuff. Very, very, very good for a non-native speaker. So just wanted to clear the air there. Meanwhile, I'm amazed at how this has gone south. Like somehow Ruby has made this work. I guess it's because it's a really small Tier 1 here. Maybe again good research. Claudia Enfield, Gren MG losing badly to Jeep Rifle Mortar.
Yep.
Which I guess the math checks out there. I feel like if you do this more standard 3 or 4 grins with tier 1 or with officer quarters, you win against this build. But yeah, they didn't, and so they didn't.
Yep.
Heavy mortar coming in up. Man, I just love seeing variety, and Allies enjoyers are enjoying bringing some different styles here. I really, it's making me think you're totally right here about them just having done some research.
Wow, risky but great decap by that scout.
So gutsy. That shows experience. I feel like I would have ran that, but it looks like Ruby knew that unit spreads damage across the squad there, and just knew he was safe.
The Flag 30 actually has very little AoE damage. It's only really happening when models are stacking on top of each other, and the rounds are impacting the squad models themselves, which means if you're smoking it, the Flag 30 actually does virtually no damage.
Right, okay.
The exception to that would, of course, be if you're firing at a vehicle with the Flag 30, which we might see here on the Jeep. No, no vision.
Yeah, might go there. Decent pressure on the fuel here. I don't think this cap on the 16 is going to last, though. And man, the resource disparity is going to be big here for Bing Chilling. They haven't had, like, these add up. When you don't have these little +5s, it slows down your fuel considerably. This is a pretty low fuel map, and you just got the +20, so this is 25% of their fuel that's been denied for a long time.
By the way, I have to call out, I don't know if you've noticed, but Ruby went air support center.
Oh, what?
Yeah. He's been using the Grasshopper recon run. This is the second time now.
Yeah, wow, I missed that. That is interesting. Does he think that there's a lockout on the support centers? Doesn't want to use IC in game 1? No, there's no, I'm just kidding. There's no way. You know, I will say, if you're winning hard, it is a support center that lets you apply like more pressure. That said, it's a very strange choice. It's super rare. I'm trying to think of like another reason why you choose this, like something you knew. I mean, maybe we are seeing a second flak, so maybe it's like bombing runs for the flaks, but
yep.
Otherwise, the flaks counter ASC, but they can't shoot down the bombing run, right? So
they can if they are pre-positioned on the flight path. But the firing arc of the Flak 30 makes it difficult to responsively position for an airstrike of some kind. I just don't think we're going to see that from Claudia. It's probably going to be a lot of A moving, so I feel like we might get good effectiveness out of this ASC choice.
Yeah.
I love the ferrying around that Hulk has been doing with the Sapper squad inside the medical truck, just repairing things, planting mines, like...
I love seeing that. It's a lot of micro, so I think it's hard for... I think in practice it's not worth it for a lot of people. But if you have the APM, they move faster than they do walk-in. Whoa, Chaffee going super deep, killing the... he snuck it around. I didn't even notice. Kills the mid truck and gets out with awesome use of Seek and Destroy. Look at that.
I mean, even if he uses it there, even if he loses the Chaffee, that is a very worthwhile trade. The medical truck has such an impact on Axis forward positions and being able to like keep the forward reinforced up. Now with so much team weapons and like artillery, that the light artillery that the Allies have in place, they're going to be doing a lot more meaningful damage to the Axis positions.
Absolutely. These flaks are a problem. I wonder when we'll see the first bombing run on them. They're pushing Ruby out the south here. Yeah. 8 Rad also on the field now. Gonna make it hard for these rifles. Oh man, the airburst though. Yeah, it feels like they were so ready for these flaks. This whole build. He's got the heavy mortar. Ruby got his own mortar.
Panzerjäger picks up the Dingo there in the middle. That's nice for them.
Oh yeah.
It's going to reduce the amount of visibility that the British units are going to get, and the effectiveness is going to indirectly impact the mortar for sure.
Yeah, it's actually the second time that Doge snuck up the Panzerjägers, so nice play from him. The first time he got 2 volleys off, but just didn't have enough supporting fire this time. Tango not able to get out.
Oh, this 8 rad pair is on the hunt now.
Oh, Havoc, what's your time at?
10:31, 32, 33.
Okay, yeah, we were a little behind. Thank you, Dexon. Oh yeah, rifle goes down. That's a big pickup.
Yep. Chaffee moving to respond though.
Yeah, he's got the rifle on the retreat path. So if he's got nades, it's worth noting too, that was his only second rifle. So losing one, it's half of his infantry army. That said, half of these 8 rats could go down here.
Where are the flags?
Bombing run. Oh no. They're right there.
We had them backed up covering the retreat.
Yeah, nice positioning there. Someone said we missed a bombing run.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Grasshopper coming in.
Try to keep my eye out for these.
Ooh, War Cry. This is a fun one. Don't see this too often.
I love this.
He's got the early guards. This is one of those things. I talked about this yesterday. Very popular in team games. Not as big in these smaller, the big team games, but the guards with the War Cry are terrifying. They just send everything home.
Oh, he might be able to pick up these Jaegers.
Yeah, 50% speed. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, Panzerjäger go down. Smoke on the MG. Will they be able to keep the pressure up? One rifle. Oh no, he's got a second rifle now. He has bars. I'm curious what your opinion on this is as the X's kind of back off and look their wounds. I see a lot of people go bars with only 2 rifles on the field. Do you think it's worth it, or is it better to just get more rifles first?
No, getting bars first is fine because you can still build your next rifle later, and they're actually going to be more effective than a vanilla rifle with no bar. So, like, I've started doing builds in 1v1 especially where I'm going 3 rifles, bars, and then a 4th instead of getting 4 right away. So no real issues with doing that. But I am starting to become more in favor of also, like, the sooner you get bars, the better. And in many cases, that's meant for me getting them before even my motor pool. Just because the field presence that you get is so impactful in the early game, you can usually make up the resources that you spend.
Yeah, it's a good point. And I think also upgrades, it's interesting compared to units that have to walk onto the field. It's instant, right? So you get that power on all of your units right away instead of having to wait for that other rifle to get to where it needs to be. So, and it's also just less manpower, so it can come out faster than that next rifle or the motor pool. So yeah, it does give you that impact a little quicker.
Oh my gosh, these chaffies.
Where's the AT? New PJ on the
all
field.
south.
Yeah. Yeah, Bing Chilling 2 spread out. Second kill for this. I think this Chaffee's got 2 war crimes under its belt now.
Oh, that one Chaffee in risk of getting tagged by the Jaeger, but he does get out of range in time.
Yeah.
That's nice. And the 8-Rad's trying to respond by picking up one of these rifle squads on the base retreat.
Yeah, I think he's going to be able to do it. Oh, unlucky bursts there. I can't believe triple 8-Rad couldn't kill that rifle. And they've got a long way to go before they've got an AT.
Response time.
Yeah.
He saw him driving to base, and he's like, I'm going to queue one up. 11 seconds later, here it is. Back with a vengeance.
Wow, unlucky, though.
Oh, so unlucky.
But yeah, you're right. That was he built that Chaffee. We talked yesterday about how, in team games, it's not as useful to have the fast deploy, and that maybe the strength and steel is better. But, man, he's proven me wrong there. Very, very timely Chaffee.
Yeah.
Another war cry coming in.
Yeah, they're floating a ton of munitions. Hulk Smash taking up infantry training right now. I wanted to call out, like, that response from Ruby was perfect. Like, you can't see the chat message, but I switched sides so I can see it. He said, all down south, immediately pivoted to middle, picked out the flak barreling, and just closed and got those 2 kills there. Just really good game sense and response time decision-making from Ruby.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I think
He's
we're
also
seeing
got that scout commander on the Jeep, giving him extra insights into what exactly is set up down south.
Yeah, makes a big difference. It's a lot of vision. That Jeep and being able to see stuff in the fog of war is pretty great.
Just want to address a comment from Sharp Tiger. You might think that, but what I was saying is that the flak has to have the flight path of the plane within its firing arc, and that's actually harder to account for than you might think. And so Ruby's had like all successful aircraft deployments so far. The bombing runs have been pretty effective. I think one of them got shot down recently, but all his grasshoppers have been going through. Um, it's the Warble that is going to make ASA completely unusable, or the flak rearly.
Yeah, which they killed. Yeah, so just to clarify, we can see when they set up, like, weapons teams have an arc, and unlike the vehicle-mounted AA that have 360-degree rotation, they can only fire in their arc at the planes, which is very limited. So if the planes fly behind them, they can't shoot at them at all, which is why we saw Fergie put his in his base yesterday. Although those actually are also 360, so maybe that's why that works. It's not just because
Crap, he's setting up for a big flank in the south here.
Ruby says dive.
Let's go. 4 Chaffies.
Oh man, these A-Reds are done for. Flak's doing
Get
good
him high,
damage.
it doesn't matter, baby. Great video game relic.
No seek and destroy needed, by the way. Just good positioning there from Ruby.
Yeah. He's got 400 munitions and enough CPs for it, but he opted to not do that.
Yeah, kind of surprising. Not sure what he's saving up for. Yeah, 4 flaks from Claudia. This is we StarCraft now, boys.
Yeah.
Although I gotta say, it's not working for him. It's I think you're absolutely right. I think this was something they expected, and they were ready for it. Allies enjoyers.
I love this triple guard build from Hulk.
Yeah, it works so well with the Warcry. They're the units that benefit the most from wanting to run in the Brit roster.
Mm-hmm.
Chaffee hits. It's a mine. I think the VPs will end before they can pick it up, though.
Yep.
Nice
Quad
use of
flak
smoke.
moving into position, but the scout is going to be there to deny the decapture.
Yeah, really nice play. He's just dancing around. The flak's all picking different
He
spots.
knows.
That is funny stuff. Man, this Vickers has just been holding north all game. Don't even know if they've tried to contest it.
No.
484. That's a faction pick victory if ever I've seen one. But if they play allies as well as they played Axis, I don't think it'll matter.
Mm-hmm. I'm really, like, I'm wondering if they're going to pull out the double deck again. We'll see.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
That was just, like, I loved watching that. That was exceptional.
GG called.
Yeah.
Very clean win here from the Allies
Very
enjoyers. I'm just once again very impressed with their team play and with their flexibility in their builds and the way they play the map. This is the first time we've ever seen either of these style of builds, double Vickers or Jeep Rifle Mortar, and I was sort of not sure about it, and they really made it work. A lot of that, I think they play better than their opponents, but man, low kill game because of all these weapons teams. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
The munitions gain difference is just so massive.
What's the damage difference? I'm curious.
Relatively even here. Ruby was fighting Claudia, and their damage dealt and taken is very close. Hulk Smash as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty low, below 10k. Only an 18-minute game, though. VP's ticked very, very quickly.
Yeah. I do want to call out, though, how significant that KD difference between Hulk and Doge was.
Yeah.
With DAC and with UK, you expect to have a stronger KD, typically. And so I think that's really showing this skill disparity in that matchup there, because they were primarily up against each other. But also, to Doge's defense, he did have Ruby's Chaffies sweep in and take out some of his power units as quickly as they were on the field. So
Yeah, losing your Losing your mid truck early hurts so bad. It's just there's no space, as we've talked about. There's no space in these deck builds to replace things really that easily. And so every time you lose something like that, it just messes you up pretty badly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready to get right into game two here?
Yeah, I'm at 5.
All right, I have actually remembered to fix the score, although I didn't actually change what faction they were playing. Couldn't be perfect. I knew there was no way I could make it the whole day without messing that up. But
Mm-hmm.
we are good now. Unpausing in 3, 2, 1. Unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Right into game two here. No double dack, sadly. Looks like maybe that's just a northern strategy, or maybe it was them hiding their mixed access play until later in the bracket.
I mean, based on how well these two have been playing and clearly how much they've thought about their matchups, I bet you there's a lot of intention behind their choices right now.
Mm-hmm.
They might have selected double dack previously because strength of, maybe the synergy on the map and the build composition they'd figured out. But I imagine that if we're looking at players like Claudia, I don't know a ton about in Doge. Like, I imagine that they're probably players that do similar things pretty consistently as primarily auto match players. And if
Mm-hmm.
these guys have done any research, then there's a good chance that what they're doing is in direct response to um, what they expect from Claudia and Doge.
Yeah, that's a great point. And we saw that last game. They seem to have a very specific set of builds in preparation for that flak spam. And we're seeing a relatively similar approach from the Allies as we did from Allies Enjoyers last game, although with the different unit composition. They're still pressuring the fuel, but it's Aussies and the Dingo, a little more traditional British build here.
Mm-hmm.
But Ruby with the Bursa build, that's going to give them plenty of field presence to defend their own fuel. And once again,
Yeah.
we see them dominating the sides. Just a superior cap order, it feels like. They've got 116 already connected, and they're connecting the other one. Meanwhile,
Mm-hmm.
because everything got sent to contest the fuel from Bing Chilling, they've got very little of the map.
Yeah. And there's a lot of hesitation. Like, they've had units parked in cover positions for extended periods. Looks like they're now going to maybe try to close in, but I also anticipate that at this point they're suspecting there's a machine gun somewhere back there, and so they don't want to be too eager.
Yeah, and it's too late now. This MG's in such a safe position. Sadly, they didn't get green cover. Relic, please. But despite that, this is going to be hard to push off with the
Mm-hmm.
Ruby guarding the flank, getting a nice mine up early. Could pick up the Jeep potentially. Yeah, it looks like this Jeep actually is looking for the MG, like went to flank it, but really nice positioning from Hulk Smash. Gets an excellent burst on the Jeep and is going to send it to repair.
I don't know how I feel about this tank trap cover.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's better than double bags. It looks like you can fit a lot behind it, but yeah, I'm not sure either. And it looks like it can be used on the north side too, which is not good.
Good machine gun rotation to deal with this rifle push here. Axis are handily gonna feel be able to push back this rifleman push.
Yeah, and as much as people talk about U.S. Eco being good, if you take this many casualties, rifle goes down. Well, I was gonna say even the model losses are really bad, but that's even worse. They're in trouble now.
Yeah, I think the experience of Claudia, like, kind of showing here. One of the most common mistakes that I see from players that are relatively new or maybe like experienced but not at their maximum potential is just decisively retreating from engagements to conserve manpower.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty clear that Claudia wasn't going to win that engagement, and so the potential of saving 7 or 8 rifle models in both squads rather than what ended up happening, which was bleeding all but one model and losing the other squad. It just comes from being able to make that decision and know that it's not worth the push.
Yeah, it's funny. I often, when I'm playing auto match games in ones, I get scared if I get in a good position in a fight and my opponent immediately retreats. I'm like, oh fuck, this person knows how to play, right? It's like one of those real signifiers of a skilled player. Unless there are times where you want to stall or buy time, but in these early engagements where like you're not stalling for your M8 to show up and it's just infantry versus infantry. Yeah, the timing on when you retreat says a lot about your experience level. Dingo should be able to get out here.
Yeah. Oh, he got stuck on the rock for a second. He is going to get out, though.
Yeah.
Scout's going to get away, too. Barely.
Hulk Smash doesn't want to retreat. He gets pinned, though. I think he's going to have to run. Yeah.
Yeah.
So minor win here for Bing Chilling. And despite losing the rifle, power of the Dingo and Vickers plus Aussies, they do actually have a little bit of a lead in the map control right now. So we'll see if... I think a lot of that's because we again, didn't see a big Tier 1 with officer quarters from Hulk. I think if you do this sort of older style 2 Grand MG tech, there's a gap where you can really be pushed off while you're waiting for your tech, which I think is why people stopped doing it.
Yeah. Claudia and Doge capitalizing on that retreat from the machine gun of Hulk Smash. Looks like they're going to get the decap on the fuel here, and Ruby's in a bit of a precarious situation here with all of his units kind of stuck here in the south as the allies close in.
Yeah. 2-2-1. I thought I was going to forget about that mine, but no, it doesn't remember. And there is no answer here to this 2-2-1. Small Arms does a little bit, but once the flak gets here, this will be a short-lived push, I think.
Yeah, it's getting good damage, and Doge not bothering to tech grenades. I actually think that's a mistake.
Whoa, nice dive here from the Jeep. Picks up the bike. That's a perfectly good trade.
Yeah. Yeah, that's arguably a pretty even trade.
Yeah, maybe even better for the US player. I mean, he's down a rifle, so the trades are, I think, a little worse than they would be otherwise. But if I'm US and I can go 1-for-1 on an equivalent cost vehicle with DAC, I'm doing it every time, especially as Armor Doctrine.
Yep. Scott on the field for Claudia. This is actually a very nice choice considering what we've seen out of the Axis players right now. Not even knowing yet that the Flak 30 is on the field, but the Scott can use that chain smoking that I was talking about to make it very difficult for the Flak to do meaningful damage. So we'll see how Claudia makes use of this.
Yeah, and the White Phosphorus, really hard to get out of, I feel like, with the Flak in particular. It's a large unit.
Good damage on that 250.
Yeah, Flak getting forced back by Dingo Artillery. We've also got, by the way, right after infantry training, queued up the Bishop tech. So we're going to see a lot of indirect, and once again, I feel like teams either doing their research or maybe just being lucky here, but Scott plus Bishop is going to kind of hard counter this Flak spam from Hulk Smash.
Yep. However, from Hulk, we also do have Mech. He is teching Luftwaffe officer quarters as well. It's possible that we're going to see... Oh, wait, no. He went for spotting scopes.
Yeah,
what?
That's really weird. I don't know. I guess for the 2-2-1, like to give vision for the Flak so they can fire at max range safely.
Yeah. He does have it on the scout car, so that's a good call out.
But I'm a little worried for their builds here. I feel like they might just get artied to death. The med truck can help keep the Flaks alive, but there is a cost to constantly reinforcing weapons teams.
Yeah. We do have a Pack 38 to help out. Combined with the Panzerjäger, there's potential to set up with some good damage on those bursts. No kills though. Great munitions control from the allies. I think we're going to see Claudia spamming those phosphorus rounds as long as they hold both munition points.
Yeah, plus 57. 2-2-1 with the up gun.
Okay, we got a Panzerbuska on the 2-2-1 now. I actually think that's a great choice against the spam of these Scott tanks that we're seeing. Can really move in and secure and chase those down because of the speed and mobility, as well as the vet one.
Yeah, Ruby did a good job not taking too much damage from these Scots, but it kind of feels like they don't have an answer to them yet. They can just use these stairs on the Southern VP to basically avoid the pack. As I said, he walks right up to the pack. I'm feeling confident. He doesn't know there's only one pack here, so pretty risky, but White Phosphorus will make that pack basically unusable for the time being.
Jaegers will be able to hold, though. Machine gun supporting the position as well. I think they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, with the truck here, all this stuff in the middle. I think it's good from Bing Chilean, though, that they're keeping the pressure up. You know, not content with holding the flanks. They want to make sure that they take Allies and Jurors out of this game if they can. So, do like seeing that.
Jaegers' G43 upgrade hit the field. I'm a little surprised to see this, considering you know there's armored on the field. Confidently selecting G43s, I find to be a little questionable. I probably would have gone for the Shrek to be safer, but also we have an abandoned flak.
Yeah, I was gonna point that out. I don't know how that got there, but it's in a really awkward spot. Nice use of smoke, though.
Great use of smoke.
Should be able to secure that. This flak taking out this Vickers, which used its Vet 1, but I guess just got surprised. And this is that vision advantage maybe from the spotting scopes in the G43. Triple Scott now. Continue to apply pressure on the southern flank. Oh, looks like chat wants you to say Panzerbüchse again.
Panzerbüchse?
Yeah, Doggy loves it when you say it like that. Ooh. Looks like Scott goes down.
Well, they did pick up the 2-2-1. Oh, huge bombing run!
Insta recrew, but the Bishop is firing here.
Yeah, they need some follow-up.
Yeah.
If they'd followed that up with the Scott tanks, that could have been game-ending, but...
Yeah, not coordinated, really. Looks like Scott's got forced back as the bombing run came in. We didn't even talk about this. This is another ASC. This is like the inverse here. We're seeing, once again, ASC to counter weapon team spam. And it working again.
You know what, though? I actually like this because you're not going ISC if you're going armored because you're leaning a lot more heavily into the vehicles. And frankly, MSC just doesn't complement the armored options the way that ASC does. Your main problem when you're going armored is inability to like clear team weapons, indirect fire typically, and ASC bombing runs can kind of perfectly complement that. They can also allow you to set up really good pushes with the Grasshopper recon runs to kind of get an idea of enemy positions before you plan a big attack.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think make a good point about it sort of fills the hole that that armor has. So,
Semifinal, baby.
Man, this series not disappointing so far. Love all this weird stuff we're seeing. Double ASC twice, Semifinal, double Vickers open. This is great. 2 packs here though. This is going to make the Scots a little harder to use, especially where this is where I really like the spotting scopes.
Wesp is returning fire on the Bishop. Oh, he picks it up. Second shell direct hit on top of it.
Oh, I missed it.
That's that Vet 1 man. This is what I was talking about, man. If you're gonna go Wesp, you need to use that Vet 1. You can just absolutely snipe units out with it.
Well, and it gets vet from tier 2 or tier 3 vet, huh? Not from tier 4 or so.
It's from both. Yeah, it's from both tier 2 or 3.
Nothing makes me happier and more justified in my making fun of people who are too early to call things useless or whatever. I made fun of the West this tournament, but people just continue to learn how to use these units that people think are useless. And it's a beautiful thing, man. Vet 1 on the mid truck.
Yeah.
So I think this is Allies and Jurors time to. Oh, Grin goes down. I jinxed them. I was gonna say this is their chance to maybe start getting some momentum here, but losing the flak and the Grin is not how you do that.
Oh my gosh, that 250 just getting blapped by the Scots. And we've got a recovery vehicle on the field, which is really going to maximize the field presence of these Scots.
Black gun gets taken out. Recovery vehicle repairing these Scots, as you say, as they're blasting away.
8 rad on the field for Hulk. Probably going to continue to apply that outside pressure, but also the Vet 1 ability on the 8 rad is really nice complementary to his Wesp, to his Flak 30s.
Oh my god, the Flak 30 with the 8 rad buff and the Vet 1 buff from the truck seems kind of scary.
Terrifying. Terrifying.
Immediately pushing this 8 rad in, aware of the sort of lack of AT in this area. And we're seeing a reversal here, and who holds the flanks? Axis have got to the point they need with their build. Killing the Bishop makes a big difference. And with the Semivente double pack, these Scots not able to really keep the pressure up like they want.
We have vehicles ready to be deployed.
More recon runs coming in, though, making really good use of this ASC. Tango kind of far back. I feel like they need that vision.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's, I mean, to be fair, he's quite scared of the max range Flak 30.
Yeah, that's true.
8 rad potential dive. There's double packed on the side of the back player. There's a lot to look out for, and the Axis have really good vision control.
Yeah, I was watching for it. It's happening again, the creeping barrage on the Bishop, but this time Doge actually cancels his barrage midstream in order to not lose it to the Wesp. So really good play from him, you know, recognizing what happened the last time.
Yep. Wesp actually had 3 health due to a return fire barrage on the ISG there.
Oh wow, yeah, that's pretty good. Right in danger. Let's get out of range.
Oh, we're closing in. Good grenade from the rifleman, but not substantial damage on the Pack 38 crew. What weird compositions we've got. I love it.
Yeah, not the kind of thing to see. Tier 4 coming up from Hulk Smash. Probably see a Panther. According to what Ruby said, he said, wait for your Panther. So, that said, at this point, I don't know that they need it. I feel like the Brumble will probably do more. But I guess it would help them chase these Scots down. Is the one
yeah,
thing.
Panther's going to seal the deal against this Scott team. Claudia has no anti-tank at all. And Doge has 1 2-pounder.
Gentleman's agreement here not to build AT. And you know what? I think Ruby recognizing it, calling in the carrot tomato, probably just because he knows he can just right-click in once he has enough units here.
Yep.
I'm very nervous for Bing chilling here. I feel like we could see the southern position collapse any moment now, really.
It's all falling apart.
Wait, did he kill another bishop? Oh no, it's back here. I thought it was gone. Yeah, Scots are backing off here. Don't have any cover for now.
Axis very comfortable around that medical truck in the middle. This looking like a pretty unbreakable position. I mean, Claudia's been poking and prodding with these Scots, but just not making enough space.
Okay, will we see the chase now?
The
rifles here. A-Red getting stunned in the north could go down here.
Uh-oh. Hulk getting a little too curious with that 8-rad.
Yeah. 2-pounder does mean...
He might survive.
Yeah. Can I get another time check here?
Oh, he missed. 23, 24, 25, 26.
Keep going. Where are you at now?
30, 31, 32,
keep
33.
Okay, 35.
34.
Okay. Yeah, keep getting behind here. Check out the south here. Semivente chasing, actually targeting specifically the recovery vehicle, which makes sense because if you kill the Scots, not the recovery vehicle, it'll just bring them back. So I guess,
Oh
you can target the
damage
recovery vehicle.
on the Semivente.
Yeah, having trouble. Oh, look how far up he brought the packs, though. Great play here. Snipes one of the Scots. It probably will be recovered, sadly, but it still costs resources to bring them back. So. Meanwhile, though, really good push here from Doge's army, making progress. Could see a Gren go down.
Yep.
infantry has been killed.
Hulk microing somewhere else, I think. Looking at his flax,
Yeah.
maybe?
It's also that zeroing barrage, which is coming down on the 2-pounder position right now. Well, that Jaeger's in trouble.
Yeah, lucky to escape there. Should be fine, though. 2-pounder, maybe too far
Focus
forward.
on the low AT gun. He had to move it forward because of the zeroing artillery.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, he's paying for it now.
So, losses on both sides. This Jeep's in a cool spot, although I think it is going to go down now.
Relinquished to us.
Yeah.
Territory lost.
And what looked like a decent attempt here from Doge is going to spell doom for him, I think.
Yeah.
Totally pushed off the map. Feels like they're not playing together. You can just look at this blend of blue versus two distinct armies here from the side of Big Chilling.
Carrot Tomatoes coming in to clean up as well. Second 2-pounder being replacing what's on the field right now. Got a couple nice mines in from Claudia to cover the retreat path. But well, that scout's in trouble.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Fourth Scott. This feels like an over-index, I gotta say.
I'm seeing that about Claudia. She seems to be somebody that's just gonna really commit to one idea.
Yeah, it's one of those things, if it's working and you're building more, you continue to apply pressure. You know, there's no build time on the Scott. But once, it feels like you have to pivot at a certain point. If it's not working, you know, and I think, again, this is the struggle when you have a lot of auto-match wins, which I know these guys do. I think it's easy to forget that it's not always going to work, and sometimes you have to adjust your strategy. I think that's something that the best tournament players are able to do, is to recognize when maybe they need to switch it up a little bit. Stas with the Vet 1 medical truck buff.
Terrifying.
Here we go.
Oh,
We are seeing a
and here-
shift.
Here comes the Scott train, baby.
There's not a lot of AT up here, actually. So we'll see how they can do on retreat. It's just the 2-2-1, really.
Yep, all the AT guns in the Semifinal are stuck in the south. No response yet from Ruby.
Good
He's
quick
rotating the
response from Hulk,
cars.
though. Was able to get out. Panther building, so the reign of terror is, it should be shorter. These piles didn't think the Scots would come this far. They're gonna pay for it. I like this choice to just try to finish the cap because, like, you're not getting away. So. Chat in distress, wondering what they're seeing here. The 5 Scots.
The enemy have taken our territory.
I feel like in the Bishop and the Wisp are just waiting for the other one to shoot so that they can they can counter barrage at this point. I feel like I haven't seen him fire in a while. Yeah,
Claudia calling in the 6th Scott.
We must persevere.
If at first you don't succeed, Scott again. Yeah, the no AT is, I mean, he just doesn't have any buildings besides the tent and the barrack, so can't build any AT guns.
Yeah.
Doge just unlocked the creeping barrage. This could be good against the position the Axis have here. He's calling it in now. Here we go. Panther basically uncontested, though.
Yeah, he's just gonna drive in. Unless we get this Vet 1 pop on the 2-pounder.
No,
Nope.
no, not gonna happen. This is so silly.
Shout
They
out
have
to the
no
West for
answer.
declaring that 2-pounder, but yeah, he's gonna go on and clean up. They have nothing.
Actually, the
No
the
riflemen
Scots are
with
doing
nades.
enough.
Oh my gosh.
The Scots are
Bombing
always
run?
driving and bombing run. I mean, the Bishop did most of that damage, I think, to the Panther. I think.
The Bishop or the Scott?
Reporting for duty.
The Bishop did a direct shot on the Panther.
Oh,
Oh, there's
okay.
the surrender.
I mean, that's only 160.
Yeah, I guess the Scots
I'm
did do.
not
I guess there's
surprised by
6. Yeah, was that? Yeah, I don't want to admit it. It was a great strat. Didn't work out for them. Yeah, Doge down to no army. Claudia only with Scots. Whereas
Scott's
we've got
an engineer.
very balanced armies from allies and Jories. So clean 2-0. I gotta say, it was looking a little dicey in the mid game for them temporarily, but I think that's just a natural ebb and flow of the build that Hulk chose. I think you're gonna have a weaker transition to mid before you're getting all of your pieces together. But once they got all the pieces, they quickly took the map back and
Hmm.
kind of made it look easy there. But GG, well played to Big Chillin'. Um, they're playing very late at night. I know they're gamers, so maybe it's not that hard for them, but it's very challenging to play in tournaments when you're playing in China. So shout out to them for making it work very late hours and putting up a good show and
Hmm.
showing us some unique builds.
Definitely unique.